So, hi everybody. My name is Freddy Molano. I'm an English teacher, former student from UNAT, specialized in uh, virtual higher education from UNAT and pursuing the dream of this master in pedagogical mediation in learning and teaching English at UNAT as well. Um, as part of this master degree, I have decided to uh, research about Lillet and specifically in teaching English to early childhood. So for that, I have prepared the socialization of my thesis, some findings so far, and I'm going to share the screen so that you can see the main findings. Well, the name of my work, my research, is exploring the impact of a differentiated practical course on English language education for early childhood at UNAT. I've done this work with the support of the different professors from the master and also the contribution and support from the national leader of this BA in teaching English, licenciatura en lenguas extranjeras con énfasis en inglés, Professor Julio César Tulán. So thanks for your support, and now I consider it the time to socialize my findings, the findings of this research that can help UNAT in the future in the construction of or the edition or in the evolution of the curricula from this licenciatura in English at UNAT. So in order to start, I've decided to organize the different topics in these pages. So first, 10 topics. The first one is study of the art. I'm gonna give you some of the main ideas I have researched regarding early childhood and learning English. Research study, after that, the research questions, then the objectives, population and sample, the research method and instruments, data analysis and procedures, the significance of the results, the pedagogical challenges and recommendations, and finally some personal recommendations from these research. So let's start with the state of the art. In this research, um, I've used some current research or studies regarding teaching English to early childhood and also the focus of universities on specific courses on teaching early childhood. So the first author or authors are Galbao and Kawashi Fulan, 2021. They argue that integrating English language learning into early childhood education requires well-trained teachers equipped with the necessary knowledge and skills to teach English effectively to these very young learners. Well, according to these authors, it is necessary to uh, from these universities to focus on teaching the needed skills for the undergraduate students in order to teach English to these very young learners properly. Also, Jaramillo Valencia et al. 2017 found that while many preschool teachers demonstrated a basic understanding of English didactics, there were gaps in their knowledge of specific language teaching techniques and approaches. So this is the case of, for example, here I do not in the program LIPI, Licenciatura en Pedagogía Infantil. We have these students who have a specific course for uh, teaching English to this age, these very young learners, and of course it's a good practice. But these students from LIPI have the problem that they manage some of the skills, some of the strategies, but didn't manage the language, or they don't know how to use the language and the didactics of teaching, or the skills that an English teacher learns in relay. So that's why I've decided to bring this to this research. Bendix, Soto, and Galvez et al. 2017 analyzed the difficulties in learning English as a foreign language among students pursuing a bachelor's degree in early childhood education pedagogy. And this is a specific corporation. This is Corporación Universitaria Americana. So in this case, it is similar to the previous one that I have explained. Um, is the situation in which for they are teachers prepared to teach different subjects, or to prepare these very young learners in different subjects, but they are not prepared to teach English because they don't have the language managed, or they don't have the language proficiency, and also they don't know how to join that proficiency or the language with some didactics and approaches to teach English. In Brazil, also, we have Bortoli and Kraus Lemke 2021. They argue that early childhood education provides a critical window of opportunity for introducing English language learning to young learners. So this is the hypothesis that giving English or teaching English at this very young age, or very young learners, we can open more opportunities to them for learning English in their future. Ardiancia 2020 also explored how non-native early childhood learners in West Java, Indonesia, learn English as a foreign language. This author found a gap in research in Indonesia, and I consider this is the same case as here in Colombia. So there is a lack of research in this early childhood field work in teaching English, and I consider we can innovate in this point. So that's one of the part of the findings that we are gonna see in the next part of this work. The state of the art ends with Chen et al. 2021 22. Um, this author discovered that early childhood English language learning didn't significantly impact lower elementary students' Chinese language achievement. So some theories say that these very young learners cannot learn two languages very well. That's gonna impact on the learning of the first language or the second language. But these authors have found no connection with this theory. There are no evidence of this. And however, the authors found a positive correlation between early childhood English language learning and a student's English language achievement, which means that the author proposed that this may be due to the transfer of cognitive skills. It means through the learning of a second language, these very young learners make use of metalinguistic awareness. So they are open to the learning process through metalinguistic skills. Well, that's all from that's some. There are some authors that I consider essential for this research. Now I'm going to start with the research study. Um, this is the starting point of my research. I have decided to start this research considering the absence, sorry, of a differentiated preparation course with a practical component based on teaching English to early childhood. So, in fact, we have a course to prepare um, our future teachers in teaching children, adolescents, and adults. But it's a composed course of these all these kind of population, and there's not a real focus on early childhood. That's children in general. So that's why I considered that we need to focus. You need to fill that gap of research in Colombia and also in the world, and start thinking more in the early childhood as an opportunity to teach and, of course, open the world to English to these very young learners. Since 2016, a methodology progression has been suggested by the Ministry of Education. This is the holistic development that is focused on transition through play and integrating some human beings' dimensions, the corporal, cognitive, affective, communicative, and ethics, aesthetics, and behavioral learning styles. Of course, these methodology needs to be developed in advance or in deep in order to focus on early childhood. After that, I designed these research questions. The first one, what are the potential benefits of introducing a differentiated practical course for teaching English in early childhood at Universidad Nacional Abierta y a Distancia UNAT? And how can UNAT's innovation and leadership in early childhood English teaching enhance the qualifications for effective teaching in diverse educational contexts? The general objective of this research is to investigate the potential benefits of the design and implementation of a differentiated practical course for teaching English in early childhood at UNAT, and also to determine how this course, the design and implementation, could enhance the qualification of UNAT students, undergraduate students, from the program Licenciatura en Lenguas Extranjeras con énfasis en inglés, called LILE, for teaching in diverse educational contexts. Well, in order to work on these objectives, I have decided to organize my work in three specific objectives. The first one is to identify the different Bachelor of English programs that offer training in differentiated teaching English to early childhood. These are programs in Colombia that are similar to UNAT's program, Lile. And the second one is to analyze the potential implication of the introduction of this differentiated practical course on language proficiency and language development of early childhood learners at UNAT, and its impact on the overall educational experiences. So here is the analysis of the implication on undergraduate students and how these undergraduate students can in the future um, affect or um, work with these skills with their students. Number three is to investigate how the completion of the differentiated practical course influences the qualifications and professional development of Lilly undergraduate students, including their readiness to teach English to very young learners in various educational settings. To start with my research, I focus on population and sample. So, population, according to Lakens 2022, states that the informativeness of the data that is collected depends on the inferential goals a researcher has. So that's why I've decided, according to my goals or the goals of this research, to focus on the certified Bachelor of English programs in Colombia and the English professors at UNAT. That's going to be the population of my research. And for the sample, according to Health 2018, he states that stratified sampling organizes the convenient clusters with similar characteristics to applied research, um, which represents an option that reduces bias and improves accuracy in the results. So I've decided to focus in the sample to narrow this group into two groups. The first one, of course, English programs that are certified but that are similar to Lillet program. They are 41 programs in Colombia. And the tutors and directors from the immersion practice course or courses that are in the practical route in Lille, where the new course is expected to fit. Research method and instruments. Well, this research has two focuses. On the one hand, as its objective is collecting primary data, and this primary data comes from opinions from teachers regarding the state of the problem or not. It is considered a qualitative methodology. And for this collection of data, I have designed a survey, a virtual survey in Google Forms. And this survey fit on an analysis, a SWOT analysis that I'm going to show um, in the following part. On the other hand, is considered a descriptive design, and for this design, I also use uh, the matrix. That is a contrast matrix where I have the research, the information from these 41 universities and their programs, and I have contrasted this information in order to know if there is any university that has a specific course for early childhood education in teaching English or not. Data analysis procedures. Well, I found three main steps in this process. First one, instruments designed and validation. For this part, I've designed two instruments according to main objectives. The first one, as I told before, uh, the contrast matrix. The second one, virtual survey. And these two tools were validated by two experts, three professors, one from UNAT, University from UNAT, an English teacher with a master degree, and the other professional holding a master degree also, but working in the private sector with a bilingual program in Mosquera, Cundinamarca. After the validation of these two tools, I have started the process of data collection and implementation with some permissions from the national leader of the program and also the revision of these all these documents from my professors in the master. After that, data storage and analysis. These documents were online, all the results are online, and as these research is has a descriptive design, all the information is just organized, and there are no biases, there are not opinion about the results. It's just the results are shown directly as they appear in these instruments. After the analysis of these results, I found four categories, main categories from the matrix, the contrast matrix, and the survey. The first one is linked to the contrast matrix, and states that programs or courses were absent to prepare future English teacher for teaching in early childhood settings. So there is no evidence of any specific course to teaching English to these early young learners, early childhood. The second one is related to the SWOT analysis from the survey, and states that the results exposed the perception of an opportunity to reinforce inclusivity in language instructions for early childhood. So, professors participating in this research found that UNED has an important role here in leadership and also in tackling this gap of research and focus of on these uh, population of students early childhood. So that's an opportunity, as a leadership opportunity for UNAT. And also, professors mention technology mediation as an opportunity for UNAT as well. Number three is the also linked to the SWOT analysis. The results reflected the positive impact on the qualifications of undergraduate UNAT students, which is an opportunity to lead the education sector and create a multifaceted learning environment for future English teachers at UNAT. So, yes, I want to clarify that these are just some perceptions from professors who participated. Eight professors participating in this research, in this survey, voluntary professors from the immersion practice. And finally, they also found some limitations that I listed here. They are, for example, resources, the absence of studies and approaches to early childhood, the workload for students and tutors, insufficient practice scenarios, and the need for high quality course designed based on engaging practice scenarios. So, of course, there are many limitations according to professors' ideas, and after these findings, I decided to share with you these pedagogical challenges. They're connected to the previous stage, of course. The first one, uh, new variables that are in these research. For example, the resource allocation. If a new course needs to be designed in teaching English to early childhood, it is required resource allocation, more practice scenarios. The design of the course needs to be engaged, you know, engaging. and which demand careful consideration from UNAT, or of course from a team of experts um, concerning this problem. These challenges are indispensable for extending the inclusion to very young learners while simultaneously fostering the qualifications of future teachers and prestige of UNET. There are many limitations, but these are challenges that need to be faced for future teachers um, to include this population of students that have been forgotten early childhood. In most of the cases that I shown before in the state of the art, uh, professors teaching or teachers teaching English to early childhood are professionals, experts in teaching children, but no, they don't have any master of the English language, or if they've managed the language, they don't know the specific skill, the specific methodologies or approaches to teaching English, which um, which means there is a lack of focus on this population that could be, of course, work from UNAT. Recommendations for the research and contents, resources, practice scenarios, the design of the course, and additionally, I thought, according to these results, um, it is necessary to join uh, the technology, the mediation, UNAT mediation, with the teaching of English to early childhood. So it's an opportunity to use technology to teach this group of students. And UNAT is an expert in university, expert on these topics. And for the design of this course or the addition of the current courses in order um, to focus more on early childhood, we can work together with the program Licenciatura en Pedagogía Infantil. So it is well known that LIPI as a program in teaching English to children, in this case early childhood, um, a group of professionals or experts from Lille can work together with a group of LIPI in order to design or to modify or to make a better course that can help or support both LIPI and Lille. And finally, I just wanted to thank thanks all of you for the support and for this time. Remember, this space is expected to be a socialization of findings, but you can also send some suggestions or agreements, or if you want to know more about this research, you can just contact me through the means we have in common. Thanks so much, and see you next time.